What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Anti-Racing YouTube channel. We're going to be working on Tyler's S550 today. I think he's had it about a month now. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. But we got fun haver to install on it, and we got some BC coilovers to install on it. A new setup that I didn't come up with. It's been being done, but really shed some light on it. It's DS front, BR rear. It's never been done on this car. I do know that. So this will be the first time we're using that specific setup on this specific car. We're also going to test out some pillow ball rear upper mounts. We do have an event in 2 days for Cody, Dadley Driver project, Dadley Driver / RTR project. It's his birthday, so we're going to head out there. It's going to be a little 4-car. But we got some exciting news also. We're going to be installing something kind of crazy, or crazy in my opinion, on my car very soon. But in this video, we're going to shed some more light on how to properly set up the heims on the Fun Haver kit, so that if you buy it, you can reference this video to see where you should set your heims for them to work. Now it is a kind of longer, on the longer end of the heims, but it's proven to work on my car and every other car that I've installed Fun Haver on, like Alex's car. It works perfectly fine on. So between those 3 videos of me installing this Fun Haver kit, you guys should be able to figure it out, get it on there, get it dialed, and the car should drive. As you guys know, this thing balls out pretty hard. It's a good thing the seat is stuck in this position, because if like this was my car, I would not be able to drive this. I can like barely reach the pedals, and I gotta fully extend, so should work out nicely for Tyler. But we're gonna jump right into this install, and I'll show you guys how to set this Fun Haver kit up. Car up in the air on the jack stands. We're gonna get these wheels off. We're just gonna pull everything apart, and I think I'm gonna show you guys that cool little thing I do where I cut the strut towers with a plasma cutter, so that you can adjust camber on the fly. Never done it with the plasma, but I think I'm gonna send it. Just like do it now, so I don't have to pull the coilovers out later. Lift is tied up with the RX-8 project, so I'm gonna be working on the ground today. We're gonna earn this one, buddy, the old school way. Right, so before we get into anything else, I just want to say, if you ever get an S550 in the stock format, make sure the first thing you do is stop at O'Reilly's at bare minimum, even if they're not the lug nuts you want. Do yourself a favor and get rid of these. These OEM lug nuts are probably the worst lug nut design ever. It's currently stuck in here. As you can see in the time lapse, it took me a little bit time to even get the socket on. Even though I know it's the right socket, 13/16. But those gotta go. They're ridiculous. So enjoy me fighting these lug nuts. I just called Tyler, told him he's got to stop at O'Reilly's and get lug nuts, because these are not it, Chief. I'm gonna have to work these things out here, work them on there, work them off there. It's gonna work me, really. As you can see, those were a struggle, and that's why we're getting new ones. I'm not putting those back on there. I'm throwing those in the trash. I don't like them. Don't recommend. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing ripped apart. Get the brakes off. I'm working by myself right now. And these are big boy brakes. So we'll see how it goes, you know. But time lapse coming soon. And all that though, we're gonna open this Fun Haver kit and make sure that we have everything to do our install, which they're pretty good about. So I just like to be sure before I go pulling stuff apart. You know what I'm saying? So what's in the box? We kind of got this separated based on where stuff goes. So these are your tie rod ends. Those are your jam nuts for them. These are your misalignment spacers for the control arm to subframe mounting. We'll show you where those go a little bit later. These are your tie rod end extensions, basically. So one goes to the rack, your OEM inner, and the other goes to the heim joint that Fun Hiver provides. This guy with these guys, these four right here. These are reducers for the outer tie rod. Looks like they provided some Delrin rack limiters, just in case, because it does provide a lot of angle, just in case it needs to be limited for your wheel and tire spec combo. I don't know exactly what these things are called. Alex could probably tell you.
Tie rod and dust boots.
Tie rod and dust boot clamp thing. This helps adapt your knuckle to the knuckle adapter. It goes in this middle hole, this little package right here. And then in this package, you'll have your tie rod and through bolts that pass through your heim outer. You have this bolt, this like neo colored one. This one will be the one that goes through the top of this to adapt your knuckle with these washers here. These go with that. And then these top ones here will run through, and that will finalize your knuckle adapter adaptation. Then in this package, this is all tie rod and stuff. We'll get into that, but this is the body. These are the heims that go to the lower control arm. These are the heims that go to the sway bar. These are the bottom bolts for that. These guys. These are the top bolts for that connect to the sway bar. And then all of your hardware and your reducers. And then here you have a bunch of reducers for the arms. These are all arm heim joints. They're packaged like that. These go with that, along with the misalignment spacers. And last but not least, we have our Ackerman slugs. And we will get into how we set these up in just a little bit. Driver's side, we know that because, I mean, technically you could bolt this to the passenger side if you do this, but sway bar end link has to be up here. Can't be down there. It won't mount like that. But what we're gonna go ahead and do is, for whatever reason, it came with these bolts, like switch sides. All mine are the same way. So I'm gonna take these out and flip them around so that we have the most clearance on the bottom side, because everybody knows drift cars are dumb low and sometimes they can scrape the ground, so they don't need any extra help to do that. So we're adjusting our heims. I have these specs like written down from when my kit was set up, so we're just gonna match everything to my car because I think my car drives great. I'll post a picture. Actually, anybody who's setting it up, I will DM me on Instagram at DavyP28 or DavyP_28. You should know that by now. But if anybody needs those for setting up this kit, just get with me. But just note that we use red Loctite on all these right here, and we adjust them off the car to ensure that they're tight. This thing isn't going anywhere. And we're really not going to adjust it all that much. So I'm going to make these heims match. I have these all labeled. Maybe I'll post the specs in the comments. Probably not, because that's exclusive. But anyways, if you need these during setup, let me know. I'll get you my thread counts. But we're going to make all these match my arms, and then should be time to get this thing on there. It's pretty simple though. The outers are 5 threads showing, closer to 6 flush with the nut, and then these two are 8 showing, and these are, I call these the inners because they connect to the subframe. So yeah, 5 out here, 8 on the back, should be good to go. Also, just a little note, your 2 inner heims should be vertical, and then your knuckle heim should be horizontal, like the instructions say. I didn't even know that the instructions said that because I'm very bad at reading instructions. But Alex, I told him that, and he was like, yeah, it says that in the instructions. And I was like, oh, they say that in the instructions? And he showed me. So it was crazy that it was like that. But yeah. So here we are with our thread. These are all the thread counts that we need. So this is pretty much what your stuff should look like if you're installing it like my car. I mean, obviously there's adjustments for a reason to fit each driver, but this is what works for me and a couple of other people, and maybe one more. But yeah, use Loctite on these and tighten them off the car so that you can make sure that they're tight. So this is how we do our strap towers on S550s over here at hand tight. Halfway. Okay, this backside is gonna be the hard one. I'm gonna need something to stand on. So that's how we made quick work of those guys. Caught out. Camber plates will look great in there. That was too easy, boy. So what we got going on now, it's pretty self-explanatory. We got this tight. We use red Loctite on both of these. 24, 19. That's the knuckle adapter. It's on there. Both sides. And these things are almost ready to get hung. But I think I want to take these dust shields off, if that's easy to do. Can't remember. Oh, you got to take the rotor off. That's right. Yeah, no, they're standing. Then we have the smaller of the two Ackerman plates, the .185, flipped towards the wheel, not towards the rack. So that's how I drive my car. So that's what we're doing. All right, so we got the car done. We had to make some modifications to the front. We're using my wheels and the cut bumper, somewhat jaggedy, but he's about to take it first rip. But if you want to see that, you'll have to watch the next video. Until next time.